Okay, we're now going to take a look at another example handout. This one is similar to exercise 19-13 that you'll work for homework. I just thought we'd go through it first. Currently, the unit selling price of a product is $110. The per unit variable cost is $80. And total fixed costs are $345,000. Proposals being evaluated to increase the unit selling price to $120. Alright, they want us first to compute the number of units we'd have to sell to break even at the current sales price, which is $110. Alright, so we'll go to our formula. I've included those for you on the example template here. Break even sales in units is equal to fixed cost divided by contribution margin per unit. And these formulas are on your notes and formulas for chapter 19 on that Excel page as well. But your contribution margin per unit is sales price per unit minus variable cost per unit. So what we want here in the top, we want fixed cost, which were $345,000. We're going to divide that by our sales price per unit, which was $110, minus variable cost per unit, which was $80. Okay, I believe I'll leave that over there. That tells us we're going to have to sell 11,500 units at a sales price of, what was that, $110? Yeah, $110 each. Given this level of fixed cost and with variable cost at $80 per unit and fixed cost at a total of the $345,000, we'd have to sell 11,500 units to break even. As soon as we sell 11,501 units, we're into profit. The amount of profit at 11,501 units would be the 110 minus the 80. That's $30. So once we have sold 11,501 units, we now have a $30 profit. Okay, now, what if we increase the sales price? Well, I think you know what will happen. If we increase the sales price, it says on B, compute anticipated break-even sales in units, assuming the unit selling price is increased and all other costs remain constant. So if we raise the sales price from 110 up to 120, like we're seeing in the proposal, what's that going to mean? Is that going to mean we have to sell more units to break even or fewer? I believe if you give it some thought, you'll see fairly easily if we raise the sales price, we now have to sell fewer units in order to break even. So our fixed costs remain the same at $345,000. And we're going to divide by sales price per unit, which we've now raised to 120, minus variable cost per unit, which is 80, and that gives us 8,625 units that we'd have to sell. Now, what this company needs to ask themselves, and that's at break even at $120 a unit, we only have to sell 8,625 units. So what they need to ask themselves, will it be easier to sell 8,625 units at $120 each? Or would it be easier to sell 11,500 units at $110 each? We can't really answer that question because we don't have market information. We don't know what similar products in the open market sell for. We don't even actually know what the product is. But given this information, that would be the question that management would want to ask. Which is going to be easy? Which goal would be easier for us to achieve? 11,500 units at $110 each, or 8,625 units at $120 each. Both of those get us to the break-even point. Here, as soon as we sell 8,626 units, we've now earned a profit of $40, equal to the contribution margin per unit. Once you go one over, you're into profit. You guys, this one, there's no revision or anything to want the exercise 1913 in your textbook's very similar to this one. If you have any questions, please be in touch. But you guys, think about this. This is great information to know, especially if you want to run your own business. One thing that's crucial is to keep these fixed costs low in the beginning. The lower your fixed cost, the better chance you have at breaking even and getting into profit, or the better chance you have at success if you can keep those fixed costs low, especially when the business is just getting started. All right, thanks a lot and good luck with that one.